two, three, funky.
What's up, Padre fans? SD Sports Analyst here today. You can call me Tony the Broadcaster. And today I'm going to be talking about the Padres versus the Dodgers, a little pregame preview, prediction, all that good stuff. First off, I want to say I hope you guys like the intro. I'm going to be adding some more stuff. It may or may not be the intro in the near future, but we'll see what happens. Anyways, let's get into this thing. So the Padres, Nick Martinez, ERA 4.5, going against Julio Urias, ERA 3.86. The two pitchers for game one. I'm a little iffy on Nick Martinez. He kind of struggled last outing with his fastball placement. Opponents are batting pretty high against his four-seamer, and he pitches that 40% of the time. So it's not very good when you can't place your fastball, and all the batters on the other team are doing is hitting it. But other than his fastball placement, everything else has been looking pretty good. His cutter, his changeup, his curveball, there's a couple hits on his curveball, but I think it's been having some better placement than the fastball. And then for Julio Urias, he's a pretty good pitcher. He came from the Mexican League. Pitches fastball 50% of the time, four-seamer, and opponents are batting only 0.167 against it this season. It's still the beginning of the season, but still that's pretty good on his placement. What opponents are hitting, though, is his curveball, which opponents are batting 0.44 against. His curveball, he throws almost 30% of the time, so won't see it as much as the fastball, but if the Padres do read out his curveball, it would probably be the best pitch to hit out of the park. His changeup and his sinker, both looking good. Hasn't really thrown a sinker too much this season. Throws it about 3.3% of the time. But this pitching duel, I'm going to give the edge to Julio Urias because he probably is the better pitcher and he has more proven. He's still young in the league, but Nick Martinez left the league around 2017. So we haven't completely seen what Nick Martinez can do and what Japan did for him. But Julio Urias, he had an all right season last year. Let me just check up his ERA last year. Last year, Julio Urias, what did he do? Yeah, he had a 2.96 ERA last year, so he had a pretty good season, especially when Trevor Bauer and Trevor May, and I don't know if Buehler was hurt, but there was a lot of hurt pitchers for the Dodgers, and Julio Urias really stepped up. He did really well. It's surprising this year. He's starting off a little bit slow, not too bad. It's just under a 4 ERA. As for Nick Martinez, he had a pretty outing last game, so it makes sense. It's like I said, it's still the beginning of the season. The pitchers are going to fluctuate with their ERAs, their batting averages against opponents. But from what we know so far, Julio Urias has the edge over Nick Martinez. And we'll see how this goes. I have high hopes for Nick Martinez. What I think is he's either going to have a really bad outing or he's going to allow three or less runs. As for Julio Urias, I fully expect him to go out there and play well because our offense has been struggling other than the Reds series. We haven't been doing too well on swinging the bat. And then the people that I think need to step up this series, this game, is Jay Cronenworth, Luke Voigt, and if he plays, Ha-Seong Kim. So let's talk about it. Jake Cronenworth, he's been batting, He's been batting, but he hasn't really been swinging the bat. He went 0 for 8 against the Reds, which is a team that you usually want to get some hits against and boost your batting average. But he didn't get any hits. He got a couple walks, but that's mostly because he isn't swinging the bat. I don't know if he's trying to read the pitches better or he's just struggling. I'm not too sure. But Jake Cronenworth, hopefully able to step up this series, especially because it's against our rivals, the Dodgers. And if he's able to do that, I think we have a better chance of getting runs early on in the order, because uh, Austin Nola will probably lead off if he does. That's great. Manny Machado after him. Two guys that can get hits right away, and then Jake Cronenworth. Hopefully, he can step it up and then I'll bring in some runs. Um, that would really help and boost our offense a bit, especially against the Dodgers, because you need players that'll get you points early on. And the Dodgers are just going to keep coming. Their bats don't stop. Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Max Muncy, all those guys, they're just not going to stop swinging. And the second guy, I think, is Luke Voit. I know we haven't really seen too much from Luke Voit because he came from the Yankees to the Padres, which also is kind of a bit of a change, the AL to the NL. Some guys struggle a bit, but we need Luke Voit right now, and we need him to slug. We need him to get some hits, not just swing and miss. I understand that he's probably struggling a little bit because it's a different league, and he went from all the way to New York to San Diego, which is a pretty big jump, and he did it with not very much time to spare in spring training. So I'll cut him a little bit of slack, but he's got to start getting some hits, and he needs to step it up, especially against this Dodgers series. And I'm hoping Luke Voit brings some energy. I hope he's mad from how he performed in the Reds game, and I hope he just hits the heck out of the ball. And I don't even care if it's home runs or anything. I want him to make contact and get on base. Third person, like I said, if he's playing, Ha-Seong Kim. Ha-Seong Kim, I know we haven't seen everything Ha-Seong Kim has done or know what Ha-Seong Kim can do, because he came from the KBO, and the KBO is it's the pitches in the KBO, I would say, are lower speed than in the MLB, because the MLB, they got some really good pitchers, and Ha-Seong Kim struggled his first year against the fastball because it was going so fast, and he worked on it this offseason, and we can really see it. But he's still batting around 0.222, I think, around there, and we still need a little bit more from Ha-Seong Kim, especially when Tatis is out. We need a bit more. His defense, love it, but we need to see Ha-Seong Kim get some more base hits and home runs like he did last game. I think we see some bits and pieces there of Ha-Seong Kim becoming a really good player, but during this Dodgers series, I want to see Ha-Seong Kim break out, and that would be sick. If even one of these players that I named break out, I think we have a good chance, because we need some more batting power and more contact hits. Especially if the only people that are getting hits right now is Machado, Profar, Hosmer, and Nola. And Nola's not even in the order 100% of the time. So, yeah, we really need those guys to step up. And like I said, the Dodgers, they're the Dodgers. They're always playing good. They always have an all-star team. They got Freddie Freeman this year. They still got Max Muncy. They got Bellinger, who's now. But, yeah, they got the players. My prediction for this game, I would have to say I'm leaning towards the Dodgers because of the pitching situation. I don't know if Nick Martinez is going to be able to handle the Dodgers and their bats. If he places his fastball well, I think we have a shot. He can keep us in the game. But right now, the prediction I have for the first Dodgers-Padres game is going to be 5-2 Dodgers. 5-2 Dodgers. I see we could win. I can see in the back of my head the situation where we win. But it's a slight chance because of how we started this season. And I'm just going based off of all the statistics and everything that we have done so far. I mean, we swept the Reds. Yes, that's good. That's a team we need to sweep. And we won against the Diamondbacks. But if you also think about it, we lost against the Giants and tied against the Braves. And the Braves, yeah, they're the World Series champs, but they're not the same. They don't have Freddie Freeman anymore. And they're definitely not playing as well as they did during the postseason. They're still getting warmed up. But yes, I do think we have a chance against the Dodgers today, but I just think we're going to lose the first game of the series, and I have better hopes for when Sean Manaea and Yu Darvish pitch. So yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. Make sure you comment, subscribe, do all that great stuff. All right, see you guys in the next video. Peace out.